Hi, welcome to McBoss Capital live stream here. My name is Michael Chu. Today is Monday, August 25th, 8:56 a.m. Almost 1.5 hours into the market, Mountain Time, close to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So Friday we have a strong bounce, almost consider a follow through day, and like if we can look at that QQQ here today. It is currently up 0.1% on Nasdaq, down on Dow zero point 0.4, S&P Dow zero point 0.1, Nasdaq volume, NYC volume much lower today. But let's see here. Yeah, so Friday we have this huge bounce. Let me just refresh this. Here you go. We have a higher volume day. So technically, you know, can be considered a fall through day, but really mark IBD never changed the signal, so technically it's always been in rally mode. Um, and today we're giving back a little bit, so it looks pretty healthy, right? After such a big run on update on Friday. Let's see if the market continue to go sideways, digest the action. Of course, Nvidia earnings out this week. It will have a huge impact on tech stocks, AI stocks. So we'll have to be cautious about that. Um, More on that in a second about the AI stock. Let's go to SPY. SPY here also giving back a little bit. SPY was really strong, like almost make new high on Friday. So it's just lingering near the new highs. We may see right here. See, this is very tight action today. Yeah, I mean that's as tight as you can get. So that's quite amazing actually. So we have a huge, day on Friday, and we haven't given back much. So looks healthy so far. Dow is sliding a little bit. Again, also a huge day on Friday. Dow make a new high. I mean, that was in my market video on the weekend. I talk about how this impressive breakout right here, um, very decisive, very healthy. Here's the pullback slightly here today. So still looks pretty good, right? So consider the how much it went up on Friday. And then we have IWM also trying to come back here. This is the weakest index from the the last months, many months here, because it hasn't hit new high. This is the last index to hit new high. But again, it closed so strong on Friday. It's quite amazing. It was up almost 3.8%, and now it's down 0.3%. It's pretty healthy. So again, all the index look healthy, and then we can look at growth stocks. In the way the IBD 50 represented by the top 50 stocks here. We bounced back here as well, very strong. So everything looks healthy today. You can see the growth stock moving actually this morning, and yeah, it's holding the lows, it's making new highs intraday, looks very healthy. So jumping onto stocks on the move here, we are seeing 20 stocks on this list, which is the maximum shown here, and also the volume is pretty high. So growth stocks are being bought right now as we speak, so that's very healthy. Of course, there's always going to be some stocks that are not moving much, so that's where you want to decide, like determine where's the relative strength that are stronger. So we have NTS, NetEase here, Chinese stock. Let me just quickly jump to it. It doesn't have the strongest earnings, but it's moving right now. Let me see. The earnings future looks. Here you go. It has two negative quarters going forward, so that's why this one's not on my list. But it's trying to bounce back on the right side of the base here. Let's keep going. CYD, another Chinese stock. Bros making a huge big run today. Um, it's up a little bit lower now, 4% almost, but it was up 5% earlier. So the earnings are accelerating, stable, like 20% growth on the sell side. This is coffee shops. Yeah. So this morning you can see this, long-term trend is still below this trend line. So I got in a little bit early, um, trying to buy on this bounce here. So we'll see if we can break through this. Right now it's looking at some resistance here at the top, but it hasn't given up much yet. So we'll see. Let's see how that goes. So that's Dutch Bros, WLDN, GFIs. There's some gold still moving. Um, Here's Goldfield here on the intraday chart, giving back a little bit this morning after the gap up. This one came out with earnings on Friday. Looks pretty good. So yeah, you know, doesn't show the forward guidance here, but yeah, it looks okay. There's MUX is another one. This is probably a smaller cap. Sorry, it's a little bit delay here. Wow. 1 million, yeah, $11. It's trying to find support here near the 10-day. It hasn't come out yet, but yeah, looking pretty good. Go to GLD. So here it's above the 10-day again. This one has a long-term resistance line here, just going sideways for a long time, like long base, right? So there's a huge run right here. Again, here we have a long base as well. So at some point, if it does work, it could break out pretty strong. So yeah. Okay, let's keep going. RIGL, this one is really strong. It's not on my list, but it is very strong. Futu, this is Chinese financial investment. Yeah, this is a nice bounce right here on the earnings. I missed this, unfortunately, and it just took off. It just took off. So good for anyone who has this stock, like really doing well right now. Corning, this one kind of went up to new high right here and then kind of slowly pulled back and now it's moving again. So yeah, it looks pretty good. So we'll see if it continue that. YB Chinese stock, lots of Chinese stock, right? Iron. This one is very interesting because it's been showing huge relative strength here, despite Bitcoin going down, which is very interesting. And now today make new high. We go to GPTC. It is. Let's see where Bitcoin is. It's yeah, it actually gap down this today, and it did bounce back a little, but yeah, it is outperforming the crypto in general. So very strong. Okay, so let's keep going here. TPC. This one's building heavy construction. It pulled back after the strong gap up on earnings. Pulled back right here, and now it's bouncing again. So we'll see if this continues. ARGX. TBBK, yeah, I missed this somehow. Really strong bounce here. I'm not sure if there's news because that's a big bounce on Friday, but I totally missed this. And today it followed through. Um, Momentum. Here's a nice bounce. Also pulled back right recently, and now it's bouncing back very strong. Yeah, if it close here, it'll be a new closing high. Okay. More Chinese Tencent music here. MGNI, software enterprise. This one was a leader. It's a very strong run here, and then we started building this base, and now we are breaking out. So very interesting relative strength. You see the blue dot making new high right now. Very strong. Um, Fabrinet is bouncing. Does have earnings, sales. Yeah, it's bouncing very strong today. So this is the trend line downward. So it broke it. Um, Almost 6% today, so it looks really good. SE, also strong earnings and sales. This one Has been moving out really nice since the breakout right here. Look at this breakout. It started out slow, but now it's really accelerating. So looks really good. I'm going to my list here, see if let's look at app. This one is bouncing back. This pull back here from this breakout. So hopefully it'll work this time. Palantir still below the trend line here. This will probably, because this is so AI driven, it's probably gonna move based on Nvidia's earnings this week. But it's not looking good because it's down this morning, right? So um, okay, let's look at Credo. Credo is bouncing back. We still have 9 days till reporting. Okay. Google doing really well right now. It pulled back recently, but right now it's bouncing pretty strong. Yeah. Let's keep going. Live 360. This one also making new high right now. Looking pretty good. Holding tight after Friday's big bounce here to new high. Nvidia. Nvidia is trying to bounce right now. Look at that trend line breaking, broken. So looking pretty good above that line. So obviously, yeah, earnings will be important, and this I'm sure there's people who are jumping the gun right now, trying to get in before the earnings, hoping that it will do well, right? So yeah, so that's Nvidia. Let me keep going here. Spotify. Okay, let's try that. Spotify bounced slightly back above the, near the 10-day. It pulled back already this morning, so might be testing the lows of the day. We'll see right here. When I look at Spotify, I always look at Netflix. So Netflix is also jumping today. Let's see where it's at right now. It's a nice bounce. So it found support at the lows here, and then it bounced. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Again, this one look a little bit. It hasn't given back as much as Spotify did, so that looks pretty good. So that's Spotify, Netflix there. We have STX. This one, is very strong. Even like, I mean, look at the relative strength, right? Just making new highs right now. Very powerful. Yeah, STX is looking good. Okay, we already talked about Bros SE here. FNG. Okay, let's do KRMN. Nice bounce. This is a big correction here. Now it's bouncing back pretty strong. This aerospace defense. On the health side, we see CRMD here. This one is moving nicely. Look at the bottom channel line. Chromatics, SPR, Aspiron. This one is less liquid here, also following the trend line nicely. Then we also have Halo making a move today. This one has been like the proper buy point is this handle right here. But yeah, if you didn't buy it, like I had to get in here on the pullback, and today followed through. Looks good. Um, so, and then finally the financial. We talk about FTSE still going really strong. Um, we also talk about iron. And let's look at SoFi. Here we go. SoFi. This is a very powerful move on Friday, and it followed through today to new high. It looks really strong. And then we have Upstart. So Upstart, been pulling back pretty quite a bit, like, probably consider correction. But Friday was a big bounce, and then today it tested the 10-day at the bottom here, and it bounced off it, so it looks really good. I would, you know, like the 50-day line is still above, like right here, like, the red line. But if you want to wait for that, that might be safer. But yeah, but this morning it tested 10-day, so you could have a smaller position, and then if it breaks through that 50-day, then probably a bigger, maybe the rest of the position, something like that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. Market, this week we have inflation news, and also Nvidia, right? Obviously, so I don't like seeing what Palantir is doing right now because it just has no power. Like if I look at even Reddit, let's take a look at Reddit because this one was doing really well. It has no power right here. Like the bounce is really weak so far, like especially Friday. So some of the leaders are not showing the strength that I want to see, and it could be money just moving away from this area towards like and to like from AI stocks towards other area, right? So that's something that is very important. Like to me, XBI is still the number one area because they keep making new highs. You have gold, you have that's also making doing well. At least the gold stocks are. You have aerospace defense. I think that's ITA, ETF. Yeah. So this one is bouncing back pretty strong. So there's other areas that are taking in, you can see the difference, but AI stocks hasn't done as well recently. So yeah, so I will be more cautious because of that. Thank you all for watching. Have a very good day. See you again.